All right, let's talk about this. If you've ever been completely sucked into a Korean TV show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That perfect blend of comedy, drama, and just heart. But have you ever really stopped to think about who's pulling the strings? Who's crafting those moments? Well, today we're going to pull back that curtain. You know that feeling, right? When a K-drama just wrecks you in the best way possible? Or a variety show has you literally gasping for air from laughing so hard. It feels like this effortless magic, but what we're gonna see is that it's actually the result of some seriously intense craft. And for a lot of us, watching these incredible shows sparks that little question in the back of our minds, that little voice that says, wow, I wonder, could I do that? Could I create a story that makes people feel this way? Okay, let's get into it because we're about to find out what it really takes. We are going on a journey in immersive 5-day boot camp inside a Korean broadcast writing academy. Think about it. Every single day, a brand new teacher, a completely different discipline. We're going to see what it's like to see the world through their eyes. This isn't just a class schedule, it's a complete transformation. So, day one begins with the absolute bedrock of so much Korean content: entertainment, variety shows. This is where we learn that behind every seemingly random, hilarious moment is a blueprint. A very, very careful blueprint. And bam, right out of the gate, we get this bombshell from head writer Han Mira. You can just picture her, this total veteran who's seen it all, and she says something that just flips everything upside down. You don't write funny. You build a structure, a system, an emotional machine. And the comedy, well, the comedy just happens on its own. It's the exact opposite of what you'd think. And here it is. This is that machine in action. According to writer Han, every single great variety segment is basically an emotional roadmap. You're taking the audience on this exact journey, step by step. The whole trick is that you're not forcing the cast to be funny. You're creating the perfect conditions for them to be their genuine, hilarious selves. You're just guiding them. And this is where it gets really fascinating. Look at the difference here. On one side, you've got variety writing, which is like building this perfectly planned playground and then just letting chaos take over. But on the other side, you have drama writing, and they call it emotional surgery. The goal isn't just to entertain, it's, and I'm quoting here, to wound the characters properly. So, speaking of emotional surgery, we're now shifting gears. We're moving away from the architecture of laughter and diving straight into the language of the heart. We're talking about the deep, deep pain of drama and the gentle art of healing that you find on the radio. So if you want to know the secret to a truly compelling K-drama, it's this: the character wound. Drama writer Seo Yuen explains that every single great character is built around this deep, hidden vulnerability. And the entire point of the story is to slowly, carefully, and often painfully bring that wound out into the open so it can finally be healed. Wow. Just let that sink in. Writer Seo makes it crystal clear: writing drama is not some glamorous job. It takes real emotional courage. You have to be willing to go to those dark, painful places yourself. Because if you, the writer, can't feel it, there's no way your audience is going to. And then, just as you're reeling from that intensity, the whole mood changes. We meet Park Hae-jin, the radio writer, and she explains that radio is a totally different kind of healing. It's not visual writing, she calls it soul writing. It's for the person driving home alone late at night. Your job isn't to create conflict, it's to be a friend, to be a voice of comfort in the dark. Okay, time for a hard pivot. We're leaving the world of carefully crafted emotions and we're stepping into the world of cold, hard facts. This is where the stakes get incredibly high and the writer's job shifts from emotional truth to, well, the burden of the truth. Just look at how their jobs are completely different, even though they both deal in facts. For the documentary writer, the biggest enemy isn't getting a detail wrong, it's emotional manipulation, using music or editing to make the audience feel something that isn't true to the reality. But for the news writer, the enemy is confusion. Their job is to deliver the truth so cleanly, so precisely that there is zero room for misunderstanding. And then they hit you with a question like this. You have a fact. It's 100% true. But you know that without the proper context, it's totally misleading. So, do you include it? This is the kind of impossible choice these writers have to make every single day, knowing that a single sentence can change someone's life. So, after 5 days of this, of being pushed and pulled and basically taken apart and put back together, what's the final lesson?
It turns out you're not just learning 5 different ways to write, you're actually awakening 5 core virtues inside yourself.
And this is it. This is the whole transformation, right here. From variety, you learn structure. From documentary, responsibility. Drama gives you the courage to face the darkness. Radio teaches you gentleness. And news writing drills fairness into your very soul. You put them all together, and you have the toolkit for a complete, ethical, and powerful storyteller.
So, in the end, this whole journey isn't just about learning how to type up a script. It's about learning what it takes to actually deserve, to tell stories that matter. And it leaves all of us with one final, very powerful question to think about for ourselves. Thanks so much for joining me.